Save our planet. 8,000-year-old spruce tree in Sweden provides a window to global climate change since the Ice Age. A group of hardy Norway spruce has been discovered high in the mountains of Dalarna County, Sweden. According to carbon dating, the oldest of them is 8,000 years old, making it the oldest known living tree in the world. Environmental surveyor Lars Hedlund said, likely these trees were among the first to grow following the last ice age. He also observed, when you speak of climate change today, you can in these trees see pretty much every single climate change that has occurred. We welcome the discovery of these wise old friends. May all of humankind work towards the halting of climate change so that these ancient trees may continue to live on in strength and beauty.
California, USA sprouts a multi-million-dollar green think tank. On Thursday, the California Public Utilities Commission approved the creation of a $600 million think tank to help maximize climate stabilization efforts. The California Institute for Climate Solutions, which will be funded by minimal surcharges to electrical and gas bills matched by funds raised by the Institute, will combine academic and private sector efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. We're so glad to hear of your latest eco-initiative, California. May God bless your state with continued progress in your green endeavors.
Manitoba proposes to make Kyoto commitment law. The Canadian province of Manitoba has proposed legislation that would implement the reduction of greenhouse gas emissions as committed in the Kyoto Protocol. The province is already taking measures such as securing funding for public transportation and revising the tax structure to discourage coal-dependent energies. Kudos, Manitoba, for your determination and practical measures to uphold your Kyoto commitment. May Canada's pristine beauty be restored and maintained through such ecologically harmonious policies.
Mozambique singer receives top environmental award. Feliciano dos Santos from Niassa, Mozambique, is to receive the Goldman Environmental Prize, including $150,000 for promoting clean water and sanitation through music. Mr. Santos started a nonprofit organization in 1996, which encourages villagers in Niassa to improve their living conditions by means of better sanitation. Mr. Santos said, "I started using music when I realized that it was a good way to send a message and bring people together." Congratulations, Mr. Santos. We applaud your noble efforts in encouraging others to improve their quality of life. May your musical accomplishments continue to shine across the nation with abundant blessings from God.
New York City buildings go solar. The U.S. city is in the process of installing solar panels on its city-owned buildings. The panels are part of the PLA-NYC initiative to reduce city government building CO2 emissions 33% by 2017.
NYC intends to encourage and eventually require the kind of efficiencies in those buildings that this exciting new initiative will underwrite. So it's really going to make a huge difference in helping us begin doing our part to fight climate change.
Way to go, New York City, for your continued actions to adopt sustainable living. May your truly modern city become known as the Big Green Apple.
Local Australian community participates in reforestation. The Coonamble Shire Council in New South Wales, Australia, will plant 2,000 trees in an effort to reduce the council's greenhouse gas emissions by 50% in 2008. The council is further striving for a zero carbon footprint in 2009. Council General Manager John Griffiths hopes that by planting trees, other councils and communities will act similarly to lessen the effects of climate change. A green thumbs up, Coonamble Shire Council, and all reforestation participants. We laud your efforts and goals to go carbon neutral and preserve our planet Earth. May heaven bless your endeavors with lush, verdant success.
Chinese green movement takes root. Across China, over 2,000 green non-governmental organizations, NGOs, are working to expand the country's green horizons along with their economic expansion through tree planting and other eco-activities. In addition, unofficial tallies show that up to 2 million Chinese citizens are making efforts on their own to improve the nation's environment. Lo Zhiping, the director of Greenpeace's Beijing branch, said, "Imagine if China could produce solar panels just like China is producing DVD players now. It sounds like a marvelous idea. We offer our deepest gratitude and appreciation to the environmental leaders in China. Guide your path to the achievement of a truly green nation."
U.S. giant sequoias jeopardized by global warming. The ancient sequoia trees found in the Sierra Nevada mountain range of California, USA, and among the world's largest trees, could soon disappear due to climate change. Scientists for the U.S. Geological Survey say that future sequoias will have to grow in the cooler climate of higher altitudes, but shallow soil and a reduced water supply due to climate change-induced glacier melts are barriers to new tree growth. In turn, many species that depend on the sequoias for survival could also be threatened. our appreciation scientists for this important report. May God guide us all in taking the necessary steps to protect our beautiful and diverse flora and fauna.
Increase in cereal production expected this year. United Nations Food and Agricultural Organization, FAO, has stated that the global cereal production this year could grow by 2.6% to a record 2.1 billion tons. This may help alleviate the extremely low reserves of the current world grain supply. We thank God for these life-sustaining staples and pray for an abundant harvest. Through green living, may we all assist in stabilizing the climate for a fruitful yield this season.
Last week, the Swedish Parliament and Friends of the Earth in Sweden held a lecture series based on the widely acclaimed documentary film on climate change, The 11th Hour, produced and narrated by Hollywood star Leonardo DiCaprio. One of the experts appearing in The 11th Hour also gave a lecture during the conference.
As you could see, it was a long time coming, and a very short time building.
Chief Orrin Lyons is a Native American professor of American Studies at the State University of New York and a chief of the Onondaga Nation Council of Chiefs within the Iroquois Confederacy. Supreme Master Television was invited to the Swedish Parliament, where we had the chance to speak with Chief Lyons about his views on climate change.
We've been getting these reports from the North Country, in particular, from Alaska and from northern Canada, from Greenland, from Sweden, from the different traditional people up on the polar cap. And we're aware of the change that's occurring, the lack of snow, the warming of the earth, and how it's affecting the animals, how it's affecting the people who live there. There's an acceleration to it. The message that I'm carrying is that, time is a very important factor now. We don't have a lot of time for reflection.
A shift in the focus of our values is what Chief Orrin Lyons says is necessary for the changes we must make.
The conclusion that the Global Forum of Spiritual and Parliamentary Leaders reached in 1991 was 4 words: value change for survival. If you don't change your values, you're just not going to survive. Because the values that are supporting and promoting the lifestyle today is what is challenging the natural resources.
We thank Chief Orrin Lyons and all the leaders who are speaking boldly on climate change for the survival of theirs and all communities around the world. May we begin today to make the value changes and actions needed to save the cherished natural resources of our Mother Earth.
During the UK's coming National Vegetarian Week, British consultant editor Fiona Briggs will go vegetarian for its positive effects on the environment.
Australia and China, the world's largest exporters and users of coal for electricity, are working together on clean coal projects as well as carbon capturing and storage.
Mongolian President Nambarine Enkbayar invited leaders at the Bao Forum for Asia annual conference to collaborate in regional solutions for global warming.